gold going up in price is good for Bitcoin because it means that people are buying value. They're going back to the least risky thing you can get your hands on.
I love gold.
But gold is not a growth story. So if gold is going up in price, all it's going to do is give people more of a reason to buy other things that are similar to gold or getting closer to gold. And that would be even fine art, wine, real estate, obviously Bitcoin and other cryptos. But gold going up in price just means that people are hedging out of risk. And I think that that's good for Bitcoin because it means that then people will look for other alternatives as well, because gold does have some problems. If the price of gold rises very, very quickly, there's a difference between the amount of derivatives of gold and the amount of spot gold. There are more derivatives of gold than there are spot. So if the price of the derivative goes up, and then actually people want to sell the derivatives to get bullion spot, there is a difference in the amount of supply. So the spot gold price can go a lot higher and you can get a lot more premiums. And sometimes in history, it can go up to 10, 15, 20% just to get the spot version. With Bitcoin, the derivative and the spot are very easily interchangeable, extremely easily interchangeable. And it's very difficult to have more. You cannot have more derivatives than more spot. And if they did, there'd be a lot of arbitrage play there. So I'm saying that with gold, actually, as the price rises and it gets more people FOMO into it, it means the premium goes up and it gets very difficult to get your hands on. So you have to pay all these crazy fees on top of that. So what that will do is, if people want to buy gold and they can't physically even do it, get the physical spot bullion because it's too expensive or the premium's too high or they can't find it in their local shop, they'll look for alternatives. And guess what? Gold and Bitcoin are built on the same fundamental premises of sound money, which then means that people will probably end up buying Bitcoin as well. And Bitcoin, it has lots of other use cases and it's lots of benefits because it's more portable, more durable, more divisible, more fungible, has probably a better store of value because store of value is determined by the supply and as a fixed supply, not a scarce supply. So, you know, if you want to live in that world, the digital world, you go for Bitcoin. But if you don't, and I get why governments buy gold, then you can buy gold. But they have their own specific niche.